Very quick entry today, very windswept. Just wanted to make another quick video about hiking. You know, I'm sharing videos about what makes us happy, and hiking is definitely one of them. After Edinburgh, I was feeling a bit stuffy, feeling a bit claustrophobic after camping for 3 weeks, nearly 4 weeks, and so needed to get out. And this is one of the ways that I reset every time. Feel a bit stuffy, get up the mountain, maybe go for a swim afterwards, and always feel better for it. There is science on having a walk. It releases endorphins when your heart is pumping, but also when the light bounces off chlorophyll which is in the grass, if you remember your science at school, it actually hits our retinas and makes us feel better. I learned that somewhere from a medical practitioner. Yes, just sharing the love, guys, as always. And also when the light bounces off lakes, when sunlight bounces off lakes, there's something specific about it that makes us feel better. So there we go, that's free. You can have that one. I mean, you don't pay for YouTube anyway, do you? You pay for an internet subscription, but I'm waffling now. Anyway, look at this. That's where I do it, that's top of the van. Look at these views. Half an hour from my house. I'm sure you've got places near you where you can just get out, go for a jog, feel better. Peace. Get walking. Probably I just did that. Anyway, ta-da. Woo! Certainly windy up here, guys. And as I just made that last little entry, met a chap in this photo, a chap called Roy, and I would have said he was about 70. Got chatting to him. He said he's 87. So I asked him his secret, of course, and he said he's foolish. So he's got a sense of humour as well. Proving that walking, hiking makes us happier. In my shows, I talk about relationships, about forming relationships. It's one of the key things. I don't know if you can hear this, but I'll carry on anyway. If not, I'll finish it in the car. Actually, I'll cut for a minute. Okay, so wind's died down a bit now. I got my hat on because it's very fresh up here. With the wind chill factor, they reckon it feels like -3 today, and we're only in September, so there we go. Yeah, I was saying anyway, met Roy, got chatting, where you from, blah blah blah. He said I'm from Sydney, and then he transpires that he's 87 years old. 87. So I asked his secret to staying young, being able to hike, because he hiked the hard way up over Corndee, and he said he's foolish. So I've got a good sense of humour as well. And then got chatting some more. I think the sunshine in Sydney might have a lot to do with his happiness, but he did say he's lived there for 50 years, but he was born in Wales. But the other thing I was going to say is, in my show I talk about relationships. Good relationships are the thing that in that Harvard study I talk about on the TED Talk. They talk about good relationships being key to a happy life and to having a long life as well. I'll share that video with you. Hello again.
Hi.
Hi. And there's the proof. It's not just the hiking that releases endorphins, but meeting people when you're hiking. I always meet new people while I'm up here. It's just surprising the things you learn when you're out and about. And then the guy who took the photo of me and Roy, which I've shared, called Paul from Merthyr, just retired, and he comes hiking, and as he was saying when we walked to the top together, he comes hiking because he said he needs to get out of the house every week. So he comes up, does 12 miles around the horseshoe, which is going all the way around there, down to the diving board, which you can see down that way, and up over Penny Van. Not in that order, of course. He does the whole loop, which is like 12 miles, and then back to Merthyr. Incredible. So that is another secret for you. It's another tip for you. This is why we do hiking. It's not just for the walk, it's for the people you meet, it's for the energy levels, it's the reset button when you're feeling a bit stressed, a bit claustrophobic, and all in all, I thoroughly recommend it. Little bit of trivia for you, I guess. Pen y Fan literally translates as head of the river, and there is the source of probably the River Taff. I don't know, I haven't followed it down. But the Nant Ddu means black stream. Nant is stream or brook, and Ddu is black brook. Nant Ddu. So you remember your geography lessons when you had to go and find the source of the rivers? There it was. Lots of people up here. Makes me feel good. I'll go for a swim after this. So that's it. Peace out. Stay happy. Stay chipper. One love. Stay young. Stay out and about. Consider moving to Sydney. But I bet the Blue Mountains aren't as nice as this, are they? I don't know because I haven't been, but I'll try it someday. Peace out, one love. Look at this. I'll leave you with that. Ta-da! Well, I gotta make this entry as well. I've just finished the hike on Pen y Fan. As I was coming down, saw Roy on the way down, 87 years old, with another gent, and Roy was sat down. And the other guy, Stuart, who hikes every week, I've seen him up there before, asked him what was up, and then I saw blood. And it turned out to be Stuart's blood, because he'd tried to hold Roy up as Roy fell down on the way down. So Stuart had cut his hand. Then it turned out Roy, his leg was okay actually. We walked him down, and he was actually fine for 87. Unbelievable that he didn't need much help at all on the way down. And so then I gave him a lift back to Story Arms, and he seemed okay actually. So that's the main thing. But then got chatting to him, and he has just an incredible story, as most people do. But he's been here for 3 weeks in Wales. His wife had died not long ago from some form of cancer, which he'd had for 2 years. He'd met up with an old friend called Sarah, who he hadn't seen for 70 years, since they were teenagers. So Sarah was there. We saw Sarah on the way back to the Story Arms. She was actually walking along the track, so we saw her, and she didn't want to lift, so she walked back. So I thought, right, I'm gonna have to stay with him now, make sure he's okay. Had a cup of tea, had a chat, found out his story, and yeah, they were childhood sweethearts, Sarah and him, and they've just been reunited. So, and he said they've had the best laugh, they've really hit it off. But talk about a sense of humour, right? This guy, Roy, best buddies now, by the way. Really funny guy for 87, and he's still sharp as you like. He said how he was winding his doctor up. He had his thyroid removed, or a thyroid operation, and he said his doctor said to him, how do you stay so healthy? And he said, well, I had a low stress job, and the doctor said, I know that, but you don't take heart tablets, you don't take blood thinners, you don't take any form of medication. He said, how do you do it? And Roy said to him, I'm a heart surgeon. And the guy said, don't wind me up, because I'm going to cut your throat soon. Turns out Sarah's as lively as he is. Sarah, on the way back to the car when she finally turned up, she said that she's done skydives, bungee jump, paragliding, whitewater rafting. And I said, well, recently, because she's 85. And she said, no, not recently, just when I was 80. So yeah, have a lust for life. And I asked Roy what his secret was, and he said, well, I have 2 glasses of wine every night, but he said, I wish I could tell you that it's some secret, like I drink salt water every morning. And he said, but I don't. He eats mainly plant-based, guys, he said. He eats mainly salads, a bit of fish, hardly any meat, swims in the sea and sees dolphins. There must be a lot to be said for that. And he said about these whales that migrate this time of year in September, and they migrate from the Arctic up past Brisbane and past where he's got a holiday home, a bay that he said is very beautiful. He said these whales migrate and you can sit on the beach and watch them go past. They go up to Brisbane, around that area, and they give birth, and then they go all the way back down. So that's worth noting that September could be a decent time to go. But what a legend, what a legend. You know, he hiked the hard way up Pennyvan. That's tough for anyone. And then down the easy way, took a tumble and was still as sharp as you like. And I gotta tell you, the last thing he said to me as he went then, Sarah went back to the car and he came in for a hug. And he said, we went to see a neighbour who's 90. And the neighbour said, he told it much better than me. I got to tell you that right now, okay? I'm not trying to be funny with it. I just want to tell you what he actually said to me. His words were, we went to see Sarah's neighbour who's 90, and Sarah's neighbour apparently said, oh, look after him, he's got a lot of money. And apparently Sarah said, I'm not using him for his money, I'm just using him for the sex. So read into that what you want. Look after each other. Childhood sweethearts, how cute is that? But what a story, what a day. Amazing. Take care. Peace out.